You're watching the Battered Fans Network.
The heroes are back. Beers talking balls, rapping pink and black. Coming live from the 305, it's official tissue. The Battered Fan, Chris and Dan, weekly rocking with you. We talk Messi, Boosie, Jordy, Lucho, the Fat Four, to Ben Cram, Noah, Ruiz, Fred. What more could you ask for? Tighten up and get ready, listen in on the pod. Solana and X in Espanol, just to even the odds. Breakdowns and gas bagging, join the tribe and just vibe. $3.99, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't hesitate, say what's up, go ahead and come in. No question about it, I'm ready to get hurt again.
No question about it, I am ready to get hurt again.
Chris, the Herons are back. Welcome everybody to episode number 438 of the Battered Hands Podcast. I'm your host, Dave Granada, and alongside me, as always, Mr. KBD. How are you doing, sir?
I don't think this is going to be any better than yesterday. I'm literally praying that I'm just not that many seconds behind you. So we'll see how this goes before my computer completely explodes.
So before, I used to be the one that had all the issues with the microphone and all that stuff. Now, all of a sudden, you've taken the reins. So I appreciate that. But yesterday, we were joined by Chris from the Heron Heads for the State of the Herons. And we did touch up on the Neymar.
What a coincidence.
Rumors. Which
they sabotaged us.
Which seem to be heating up. They're heating up a little bit. But I know that Chris, for those of you who don't know, Mr. KBD himself, Chris, Neymar was the first soccer player I believe he ever liked. If not the first one, it's the first one I heard of him liking, and he was a big Neymar fan. So I know he wanted to jump in on this conversation yesterday, but his internet pooped out. And now I figured that we could run it back, just cover the Neymar segment, just him and I in the chat. But I'm starting to doubt that, Chris, you're going to make it through this one.
I don't know if I'm just gonna have to like call in from my phone and just do it like that. That's gonna be a disaster, no?
You look, we've done a lot of things. At some point, episode 400, Chris did it from his hospital bed before he went into surgery. If you've been where I was for a while, you've seen some wild things. So I'm sure the cell phone wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But real quick, we do want to pay respects to like Tommy ATL 96 said.
Go ahead and I'll do that. I'm gonna jump on from my cell phone.
Okay, go ahead. And while you do that, we're gonna take 30 seconds to pay respects to Miami's daddy, Mr. Brad Guzan. He went ahead. He was Miami's daddy last year in the playoffs. He is the reason that Miami got eliminated in the first round. I do believe that Miami makes it to the final if Brad Guzan doesn't show out, because somehow the Red Bulls ended up making it. But happy retirement to Brad Guzan. I hope that he does get to play this weekend to kind of end his career starting at least. But Neymar, while Chris gets back on, because for those that don't know, he already got off. It's frozen there. For those that are wondering, we got on here today to talk strictly about the Neymar rumors. Now, I'm sure everybody knows that it's been said that he might come, and Chris is still here. And I said for a while now that I believe that Neymar will be the one opening the stadium with Messi. Now, because I've always thought that was going to happen, it doesn't mean I was necessarily happy about it. We get to this past summer transfer window, and the rumors really started heating up. And I thought that it might actually happen. Now, it didn't happen.
I need the code from your email, by the way.
It didn't happen. I'm sorry. Here we are. As professional as it gets, 188-114. It didn't happen. He ended up going back to his hometown team, Santos. Now, I was partially happy about this because I think Neymar is too injury prone. I think his best days are behind him. But then he got to Santos, and the first couple games that he played, he was absolutely balling. But, oh my God, Chris, you're killing me here. He was absolutely balling. I
I'm
apologize
sorry.
for this.
It said
This is,
I couldn't.
um, so the first couple games he played with Santos, he was absolutely balling.
I wish I
And I
could do
remember
better.
I came on here and I said, maybe it was a mistake not getting him because he looked like old Neymar for those first couple games. Now, it ended up being 2 starts, and I believe he got injured in his 3rd game. That's it. That's all he gave Santos this year. He gave him 3 games, 2.5 games. Now, if he were to come, which I have a feeling that it could happen, I am 100% sure that the first game or 2, he's going to have some flashy moves. He'll have a goal. He'll have an assist. Him, Messi, and yes, that's right, Suarez will be running hand in hand, celebrating MSN. Yay, ha, ha, ha. But the problem is that this probably won't go past 3 or 4 games. The problem is that if we are prioritizing the performance on the pitch, this isn't the right move. Neymar, although flashy player, fun player to watch, all that, I can't deny that. But he's just never healthy. And on top of that, his reputation is that he's a party guy. He likes to party. Now, do we really want somebody that likes to party here in Miami? I mean, Chris was giving Rodrigo de Paul crap because he went to open Pokemon cards at a trading card store. And Chris was giving him a bunch of crap to me because he's like, oh, what is he doing? Pokemon cards when he should be training. Could you imagine what Chris is going to say when Neymar's out there and he's clubbing like at 4 a.m, a couple hours before a game day? Like, this is not the move to make.
I think in any other situation with Neymar coming to Inter Miami, I would love it, honestly. And I, like you mentioned in the beginning, I loved playing with Neymar in FIFA. But like, I don't know, he's like a shell of what he was before.
But that's the thing. I don't think he is the shell of what he was before. I think he still is good. Like I said, when he went back to Santos, he played 2.5 games. And I remember watching the highlights for the first 2 games. And I was like, oof, damn, maybe we did miss out on having him over here. Maybe he would have been great on that left wing. But then that was it. It was 2.5 games, and he hasn't played since. And was it Al Ali that he played? Al Hilal. I'm sorry. He played for Al Hilal. He was there for 2 years. How many games do you think he played? He played 2 games. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not 2.
Look,
it wasn't 2 games. Oh, it was 2 games. No, he played 2 games for Al Hilal. He played more in Santos.
Huh?
That was my fault. That was my fault. I was looking at this incorrectly. For Santos, he got to play 11 games before he got injured.
That's a mess.
And you saying here, MLS Moves wants Neymar to come to MLS, but he said that Neymar should not come to Miami. He should go to LA, Chicago, or NY. MLS Moves can want whatever he wants. If Neymar comes to the MLS, he's coming to Miami. He's not going to go waste his time playing for Greg Berhalter. I promise you that. He's not going to go waste his time playing in a baseball stadium. I promise you that. And he's not going to go play in LA. Like, what? He's going to go play in the Galaxy? They already have all their DP spots.
But it's weird. It's weird, though, because in reality, there were rumors tied to him for Chicago.
That's because they had his rights. They had his stupid discovery rights.
Okay, so they sent in the Excel spreadsheet and they called dibs on him. I mean, that still counts, no? I mean, we don't know if there's been any updates since of exchanging or trading off the rights.
Well, my thing is San Diego. That's interesting, but I don't think that's happening either. I think there's only one destination for him, and not because I want there to be. It's not a flex. Oh, yeah, we're going to get – no. I just think that he won't come anywhere else. I think that if he comes, why would he go play anywhere else but in Miami? He said at some point, I forgot what interview it was, that he is planning on coming. He told David Beckham, I'm coming to play in Miami. Like I've thought that it was always going to happen for the opening of the stadium. I then had my doubts with all his injuries that, is Miami really going to go after somebody that's that injury prone? It looks like they are. It looks like they are going to go after somebody that's that injury prone. And I'm starting to believe that this is something that really could and will happen.
Okay, so you go after someone that's that injury prone. Like, how much would Neymar realistically be looking to make? Like, is he coming in with a DP contract? Is he
Oh
going to be
yeah.
a TAM GAM guy? Like, so you think if he's going to be occupying DP money, do you think he's going to contribute like a DP player? Because I don't see that. If he was able to get the bag over in Saudi Arabia and played a handful of games, that's like a big disappointment for the Saudi Arabian league, no? And I would, in reality, be kind of upset if I was the people that paid him that money because I expected you to contribute heavily to this league. And here I am paying you boatloads of money and you played only a handful of games. That's a mess.
He played in 2.5 games for Al Hilal. Al Hilal.
Okay.
How much money do you think he made in those 2 years that he was with Al Hilal for those 2.5 games?
Like $150 million. I don't know. That's what I would assume.
$200 million for 2.5
Uh,
games.
it wasn't that
You know
off.
what? He should just come play for free. He made enough money. He has robbed the football world. Might as well pay it back and come for a TAM deal. Okay, let me ask the chat this because everybody in the chat, you and me, with the chat, we're right here. Okay, you and I here. Everybody in the chat seems to be right with me. We do not want Neymar. But that's because I think we assume he's coming on a DP contract. If I tell you Neymar is going to come on a TAM deal and we can kind of roll the dice on his health, would you be up for it? And I think I hear some feedback, Chris. Would you be up for it?
On a
Chris.
TAM deal?
On a TAM deal.
Oh no, no, on a TAM deal, I'll take him. I'll take him on a TAM deal. I mean, look, who knows? Maybe coming to Inter Miami can actually help him. Maybe he won't have such a heavy workload if we work in some of the younger players. I mean, it just depends on the coach that's going to be working him as well. I mean, but look at the chat. Chat is saying no Neymar, no, and then look at that. Francisco saying who's going to defend. If we keep Luis Suarez, Neymar, and Messi, we're gonna have We're gonna have three people short of defense, and without counting the goalie, that's only seven people
Defending
on
with
the
7.
field. That's a disaster.
That is true. We already feel like we don't defend much. And the reason we were
Yeah.
so excited when we saw Baltasar Rodriguez out there is because he was putting in that work, getting back on, and defending on top of
Yeah.
pressuring the ball up top. And then for all of Allende's flaws, Allende gives you some effort on the defensive side. Sveti also was very active. And you would lose that. You would absolutely lose all defense. You are not defending with those top 3. So absolutely, I think that would be a big reason as to why you don't do it. And Chris saying even if he plays for free, no. Oof.
Cringe saying, wow, even if he plays for free, no. I mean, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
If he plays for free.
If it's free, it's for me, baby. I mean, you know this. I told you to grab me more flags and you didn't want to do shit.
I got you enough.
Like I would have walked out. I would have walked out with a warehouse worth.
I do think that the games that Neymar would play are going to be fun to watch. But I am in lockstep with everyone. I don't think that. Well, I disagree. If you want to say no TAM, that's fine. If you tell me that even if he comes for free, you wouldn't take him, I think you're crazy. If he comes for free, not for free, I'm sorry. If he goes with just a regular maxed out contract, you have to take him. I don't think he will. I think if he were to come, at best, I think it would be a DP, but at best, he'd be a TAM. And I'm okay with you guys saying that you don't want that. But if he were to come for less than a TAM, of course you take that.
But the question here is, right? Like, wouldn't you think that he would come here and he'd sort of refine the game, kind of like how these guys did? Like, they came and refound it as like people just having fun with buddies playing a competitive sport in a competitive league. Like, I feel like maybe it can work to his favor. It I mean, I don't know if you disagree with that.
I don't think playing with his buddies is gonna make his health any different. Um, and I guess the reason I'm trying to paint this picture in the most optimistic way possible is because I think that there's a real possibility that this happens. I've always thought that he would end up playing here with Messi in Miami, and we've had two retirements. And Chris, if I were to ask you, do you think if Suarez is going to retire, that they would give him the respect that they gave Busquets and Jordi Alba by giving him a farewell thing after the game? Do you think Suarez would get the same thing?
I think so. I mean, I think he's had a pretty tenured career. I mean, Gonzalo
Absolutely.
Higuain got a video.
Okay,
Like,
so, and that's ultimately my point. We are out of regular season games. I don't think that Luis Suarez is going to retire. If he was going to retire, I think they would have already have announced it like they did with Busquets and Alba, and they would have given him his post-game little ceremony. I don't think this is something that's going to happen randomly in the offseason. I think Luis Suarez is coming back next year. And the only reason I could see him coming back is to team up with Neymar and Messi.
I do think that he is coming back because I mean, at this point, what are you going to do? You're going to follow suit with Busquets and Alba and announce it during the playoffs so we could have another, 3-minute clip of you, to show I drive pink. Like, that's the dumbest thing ever. And he said he wants to finish with Messi. So at this point, there's no reason for him to retire. He's going to stay here until Messi decides to leave.
I think my issue with this is that we've seen the flaws in this team this year so far. A lot of it has to do with old legs. A lot of it has to do with the lack of youth. Is
Yeah.
really what it comes down to. And I feel like the product that they're putting on the pitch, if they were to bring Neymar and they were to keep Luis Suarez, is more marketing and trying to get fans into the stadium for the names rather than for the results. And I think that that's
Yeah.
where my issue lies. That is why I am frustrated with this, because I don't think that they are worried about doing well on the pitch. I think they are worried about the shirt sales, the making sure that the stadium is full, right? Because to them, I think that that's big. Making sure that they can fill out that stadium and make sure that it's sold out so they can kind of market it and have those video clips and the B-roll of the full stadium. I think that that is very important to somebody that's a business owner, and I get it. This is a business for Jorge Mas. But as a fan, it frustrates me to see that that's the priority.
I want to mention something here because Anonymous is mentioning the attendance has been down recently. They need Neymar. Absolutely. There needs to be another Joel. I don't know if you saw the Argentina versus Puerto Rico attendance. Like there was probably like 4 or 5,000 people that went to, and it's a Tuesday game, but I mean, you're there to see la selección argentina. Like, why aren't there more people? And
Because
we
they're
got
playing
a
against
ton of
Puerto Rico.
well, I mean,
Well,
but
it's a
we got a
couple.
lot of Boricuas out here, but they like basketball more than soccer. I get it. Like,
It's a couple of things. It's a Tuesday. This game was a late reschedule because it was supposed to be
yeah,
played in Chicago originally. There's a lot of reasons as to why that stadium was half empty. Now, for those of you that like to see Messi and were looking for a reason, this was a really good chance because he's playing, and you could have gotten really good close seats to see that.
V
And
Vega
then V
says
Vegas being
crowd arrived
crowd
late.
arrived late.
Okay, I
Okay,
can see that. Okay, Soccer Daddy saying Chase Stadium is full. Chukutu is saying fake news.
okay,
Soccer Daddy saying the stadium is full. It's live. I mean, look,
okay.
the
So
Colombia game. That's a pocket that if Inter Miami really wants to dig in, if they were to get a Colombian, like a good one.
well, this is the thing. My frustration with this team is that they are worried about shirt sales and season ticket sales more than they are about the product on the pitch. Now, if you get to the point where you decide that you are going to bring three older statesmen to the team, you're going to have Messi out on the right wing, Neymar on the left wing, and Suarez up
Wow.
top. Okay, you want to do that? You want to bring MSN back? You think you could bring some of that magic back? That's fine. But I think you do this because you are more worried about the sale of jersey shirts. You're more worried about the sale of the season tickets. That's what you're worried about. You're worried about filling out that stadium.
Yeah.
You are no longer worried about the performance on the pitch. So if that's the case, what you're doing is you're trying to sell to the Argentines. You're trying to
Yes.
sell to the Brazilians. You're trying to sell
Correct.
to the Uruguayans. And if you get Neymar, all of a sudden you get a big pocket of Brazilians at the stadium. You already
Mhm.
have the Argentines with Messi. You have the Uruguayans with Suarez. Messi's the arguably the greatest Argentine of all time, right? Because some people say
Yeah.
Maradona or whatever. Luis Suarez, arguably the greatest Uruguayan player of all time. Neymar is the greatest Brazilian of this era, right? Because he's not the greatest Brazilian of all time, but the greatest Brazilian of this era. All of a sudden, you are selling out the stadium with all of these. So at this point, if you are chasing jersey sales, if you are looking to just fill up the stadium, just add in James Rodriguez.
Yes.
Just do it. If we no longer care about the performance on the pitch, just do it.
Yes.
You
I
will
am with
fill up the
that.
stadium. Yeah, we won't be very good. Now we have 4 people that don't defend, but you'll sell your jerseys. You're going to have South America well represented. Do it. All of a sudden, you have arguably the greatest Colombian soccer player of all time. Do it. Go ahead, Jorge Mas. If this is what matters to you, if you want to sell jerseys, if you want to sell out the stadium all the time, and you don't give a fuck about what happens on the pitch, here you go. Bring in Neymar. Bring in James. Let's have a retirement tour. And I promise you, you will sell out the stadium. You'll have us bitching about it here after every post game, but your pockets will be fat and full.
Parcerito, huevón, give me this. Give me this. Give me this, huevón.
If this is what they're looking for, you got it.
This is ticket sales right here.
That's South America. You have the 4 biggest international teams in South America all represented there.
And look, Anonymous is saying James is good though. I mean, but Anonymous, James is not.
James is
He's not
James-
Colombian James.
He
Like,
has
do
to
you
wear
want
the
club
Colombian
James?
jersey under. Yeah, exactly. You have to
Yes.
wear the Colombian kit under for him to play well, because on the club level, he just never does it.
Listen, I sent out a tweet, and Soccer Daddy's saying put Cuban players as well, Chris. I sent out a tweet to Jorge Mas, and I told him about a player that played in Cuba, that played in, I think he played in the English, in the EPL, but the second division, EPL championship, whatever that means. And why aren't we getting a
Bring
Cuban
him.
guy?
Bring him. And Florida Man, I said
Hold on, let me
arguably.
find this guy.
I said arguably. And while we're at it, we have Italy covered, right? I don't know if we have a lot of Italians out here, but we got Bright for the Italians. We got Cremacchi, which was balling for the U20 World Cup. He'll come back after the loan. All of a sudden, he could be the super sub. Look, we can sell jerseys. We can do this, Jorge Mas. If you don't care about the product on the pitch, we got you. Just follow this little diagram right here, and we are good with the ticket sales.
I want to mention something here because Onel Lázaro Hernández Maella, he is a Cuban player that has played for Bundesliga, for EPL, for what is it, the second team. He's now playing for Charlton Athletic Club, which is in the EFL Championship. Why can't we get this guy to come over here? We just cover everything here in South Florida.
I don't know how many Cuban soccer fans there are.
I'm
I've
sure
met a
they'll
few.
come out.
My barber is Cuban, and he's a big soccer fan.
Listen, if
but-
you just give Cubans a reason to represent Cuba, and that's it. Like, tell them we have a Cuban player over here in this field. Come and check them out. They'll come with their Cuban flags. Colombians will come. Brazilians will come. It's going to be a big party.
Look, I'm telling you, we have like somebody just said it. I saw the South American Fantastic Four. That's it right there. This is as good as it gets as far as South America goes. Everybody is covered, and all of a sudden we have a whole new audience. We got Brazilians and Colombians jumping on here. We got Colombians and Brazilians filling up that stadium. Let's do it. That's it. If this is what they want, it'll be entertaining. It'll give us a lot to talk about, Chris.
I think honestly, in terms of like monetarily, it's a great deal. Like, speaking sincerely about Neymar, I do think that business wise, it's the best move you could make in terms of following up after Messi. I think that it leads us to a point where we're going to be heavily dependent on players like him who are not dependent in terms of available because of their injuries. And we're going to be spending so much money for these guys that we're not going to have anything for the following year or two.
Well, I guess we could end it with this. I'll ask the chat, and I'll ask you, Chris. Chat percentage, not what you want, because I know what the majority of you want. Percentage that you believe that Neymar will be here in February or signed during the offseason, January, February, because his contract with Santo ends here in December. So he's a free agent. He can come over on a free transfer. Percentage that you believe that Neymar will be here next year. And then, Chris, I ask you the same question.
I mean, Joyce is saying 90. DRT is saying 30. We got 37% from V Vega, 65 from Phil Lav, 99% from Mike V, who's still getting phone calls to this day to renew his season tickets. Francisco Garcia saying 100%, 10 out of Soccer Daddy, 75 out of Anonymous, negative 30%, and then Troy following up with a 66.666 pie.
2 out of 3. 2 out of 3.
I do think that it 100% book it from 1-1 goal. I don't want to go 100%, but I do think that the percentage is higher than lower. I do think that there's like an 80-90% chance that he signs here. I mean, he has a lot of love for Messi. He played with Luis Suarez. You're eliminating essentially money off the books from Busquets and Jordi Alba. So I do feel like if you want goals and you want entertainment, listen, you can't front. Jorge Mas, they're gonna bring it. They're gonna give it to you right here.
If you would have asked me earlier this year, and I said it a few times on this show, I said it that I thought that it was as close to 100% that that Neymar was going to open the stadium with Messi next year. But I started doubting that in the summertime when the rumors started again. He got bought out by Al Hilal, and he didn't come in the summer. And I started doubting it, not because he didn't come directly over here, but because he got injured again.
Yeah.
And I thought him getting injured again, it no longer is a fun idea to me. At first, it was a fun idea. Hopefully, he can stay healthy. But after getting injured again, once he got to Santos, I was like, you know what? This guy is broken.
Yeah.
You know, I don't mean that in a derogatory way, but he's broken. Like he just cannot stay healthy. So once that happened over the summer, I started to doubt that it would happen because I thought the higher ups in Inter Miami,
disaster this episode is.
They wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it just because. Why are you going to bring him over when he has now shown us, like he's shown us that he cannot stay healthy? Why would you take that risk? So before the whole Santos injury in Brazil, I was almost at 100%. I've been saying it. Mike V just said he hates me because I spoke it into existence. I've been saying it for the last 2 years, maybe. But the whole him getting injured, I feel like if the Inter Miami front office is serious about the performance on the pitch rather than just the jersey sales and the season tickets, they won't make this happen. Even though it would be fun, and I can't deny the fact that it would be fun to watch him while he's healthy. But in the long run, I think that this hurts the team more on the pitch. On top of the fact that I think that the biggest reason I think that there's a possibility coming up is because Suarez looks like he's going to stay. And I think that really cements it to me that Neymar is probably coming because Suarez is staying.
I want to mention something here because Isaiah is saying here he's not healthy because of his lifestyle outside soccer. I've always also thought, because you know that like Neymar's family and his father are like running all social media and everything Neymar. You know, I remember watching a documentary where they're like, oh, we strategically place things online so that way Neymar's name stays sort of in the loop. This could be another ploy. Yeah, well, this could be another ploy where it's like they're just throwing stuff out there, hoping that it sticks, I guess, to keep him relevant. Because and tell me if I'm wrong, because I'm not 100% certain, but in recent in recent months, has Neymar been relevant if it's not attached to him coming to Inter Miami?
When he was a free agent coming to Santos, I think that made pretty big news. So I think that he was relevant for that time, and I think he had people watching the Brazilian league. I think I
Yeah,
was even invested in to see how he would perform, and he looked great the first couple games. Now, and let me correct myself for those of you that didn't already write in the chat. For those of you not watching live and insult me in the beginning of the show and waited until the end of the show at least to
it's
go
too
start
late.
insulting me. Yeah, no, I was wrong. He didn't play just 2.5 games for Santos. That I was looking at his time in Al Hilal. While he went to Santos, he's played 13 games. He has started 11 of them. He had 3 goals in
Ooh,
2
three
assists.
goals.
No, just 3 goals, no assists. 3 goals in those 13
Wow.
games. So,
Rick is trying to drop some knowledge here. He's saying, I think that all of this is premature. I don't think we can even approach him at this point in the season, and he has a contract still with another team. It could be premature, but like I said, I do think that this is just something to keep his name active in the market. And I mean, it's a good move because it is going to keep him sort of relevant throughout some time. And considering that Jordi Alba and Busquets are leaving, I mean that opens up room for Neymar, whether it's for a DP or a TAM GAM deal. So, and before we keep moving, William Lamb is mentioning here 4th goal from Argentina.
oh,
I mean,
well,
we can't.
yes.
We're playing against Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
Like
it's Puerto
these
Rico.
guys were boxing and playing baseball. Like, come on.
Yeah, and I think that's another reason why this. Well, they said the stadium was full, so let me take that back.
Parcerito. Florida man says I insult you, Danny, out of love, my parcero, brother.
Well, I appreciate you because we've heard over the last couple of days a lot of people just insult us just because they don't like us. So it's much love to you, Florida man.
Or they insult us because they just get banned from like Discord for being
Yeah,
racist. I don't know.
yeah. So yeah, we apparently have a lot of people that don't like us, but it's okay.
Yeah.
We appreciate the love we get on here. All right, Chris. Well, we wanted to do this just because you weren't a part of the Neymar conversation yesterday. It's a fun conversation. It's the one that we've had in the past. Earlier this year, we were predicting it. I think we could put this to bed after this episode until things either really, really heat up and it looks like it's inevitable, or until it kind of just dies out and we know that it's not going to happen. And you know what? And I honestly hope that it doesn't happen because I think at that point, like I said, if you are going to do that, just do us a favor and just go all the way. Just go all the
Yeah.
way. And just do the Fantastic Four of South America and give us some great talking points, right? Because then those will be one hell of a show to be talking about. So we could go and criticize the team, or maybe we'll be proven wrong. But we'll see how that goes. Chris, go ahead. You want to say something?
No, I want to get my final thoughts already.
Yeah, I was just about to say your final thoughts. Yeah.
Okay, my final thoughts are I apologize. My computer has viruses and I still haven't resolved them. And Trukutu, before we finish, is asking, no Allende hate tonight? No, Allende gets no hate tonight.
No, Allende did pretty decent last game, I thought. So
Ooh, Mike V saying Epic Universe was overall garbage. You
Told
made me
you.
go because you never did the review.
Oh, he's lying. He's just talking shit now.
I mean,
But
look at that. It looks
but
like
I told you it was bad.
it looks like you owe him some money, Danny.
I told you it was bad. I forewarned you that Epic Universe was an epic failure, and so you cannot put that on me. Final thoughts. We are going to come live for the MLS show in a couple of minutes. So if you want to hear a little more MLS, we're literally just going to talk about the most disappointing teams of the MLS season. For those of you that haven't been keeping up with the whole MLS as a whole, we're just going to touch up on the most disappointing teams of the season. Chris He might surprise you. He might not surprise you if it's true. He told me one of the ones that he might choose. I guess maybe it's not surprising because it's Chris, but we'll see. So we appreciate you guys hanging out with us. If you're listening on audio, please leave us 5 stars, comment, review. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're right now live, right now, please like the video. It does us a world of good. It helps us out a lot. And go ahead and jump over to the Battered MLS fans. We will be on in about 8 minutes to talk a little more Battered MLS. What is that? What are we doing with this team? We're making money. We're selling jerseys. We're selling out season tickets. That's what we're doing. We're here for the vibes. Here for a good time, not a long time. Appreciate you guys, and we will be back again in a couple minutes. Battered MLS fans, if you guys want to jump on for that. So until the next one, have a good one.
Mr. Krabs.